Okay, welcome. So in this video, I'll have like a numbered note cards. So just to check, just to, nah, never mind. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to try and explain what triangle bisectors are in a way that makes sense for everyone. Triangle bisectors are fundamental concepts in geometry that help us understand the properties of triangles. They're used to divide triangles into smaller parts, and this division has numerous applications in various fields, including architecture, engineering, and design. So, yes, I have bullet notes for me to take notes for this. Okay, on to the second. So, triangles seem simple, but understanding how to perfectly divide their angles or sides can be tricky. So, it's basically like trying to cut pizza into equal pieces. So you need to make sure each piece is identical. So take this for instance. So this is kind of like a perfect, is a little too perfect circle. And you're trying to cut it in half without even doing it. So I'm going to use a different marker for this. Okay. So like cut in half. That looks pretty much perfect. So yeah. I don't think it's perfect. Is it? Tell me in the comments if it is. So, when it comes to triangles, that can lead to some interesting properties. That could lead to some interesting properties that could be used in real world applications. So, like a pizza. You could have some interesting when it comes to triangles. This could lead to some interesting properties that could lead to some interesting properties, which could also be used for architecture, engineering, and design. So the thing is, when you're dealing with triangles, it's not always straightforward to divide them equally. So you need to use specific lines that can help you achieve this goal. Which I'm going to erase this pizza, like circle. Okay. You need to use specific. Okay. These lines are called bisectors, and they come in different types. So there are different types of bisectors. And what else did it say? So one of the main types of bisectors is the angle bisector, which divides an angle into two equal parts. So I've recently watched Stay Wild's Perfect Cut. Like, who could do the perfect cut of this thing, of that thing? But it's also weighed to scale. So, it was released on Wednesday, which is 2 days ago. Then there's a perpendicular bisector, which divides a side into the two equal parts of a 90-degree angle. And let's not forget the median, which connects the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So, yes. If you want to write the definition of angle bisectors and perpendicular bisectors, you can. 5. The angle bisector is a line that divides an angle into two equal angles. Okay, for example, if you have a triangle with an angle of 60 degrees, then the triangle bisector will divide it into the two 30-degree angles. A perpendicular bisector, on the other hand, is the line that divides a side into two equal parts at a 90-degree angle. Okay. So this line is useful for finding the midpoint of a side. The median is a line that connects a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side, which it is useful for finding the center of a triangle. Yeah, I've never found the center of a triangle before. Probably some people in geometry have. And if you are in geometry, let me know in the comments. These bisectors intersect at different points, creating points of concurrency that have unique properties. Okay, so the recenter is a point where the angle bisectors intersect, and it's equidistant from all sides of the triangle. The circumcenter of a point where perpendicular bisectors meet, and it's equidistant from the vertices of a triangle. The centroid is a point where medians intersect, and it divides each median into two segments with a 2:1 ratio. So, being center, circumcenter, and centroid are special points that can help us understand the properties of triangles. For instance, the end center is part of the end circle, which is the circle that touches all sides of a triangle. The circumcenter is the center of a circumcircle, add mispronunciations, which passes through the vertices of a triangle. The centroid, on the other hand, is the center of the mass of a triangle. Yeah, mass is part of science. It's also used to identify weight. So in summary, triangle bisectors are powerful tools that can understand the properties of triangles. We have angle bisectors, perpendicular bisectors, and medians, each with its unique properties and applications. So these bisectors intersect at different points, creating points of circumcurrency that have special significance within a triangle. So, if you're interested in learning more about triangle bisectors, try constructing them yourself and see what you could discover. So share your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more geometry or math insights. And as always, have a good day.